One. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heads Up Play. You see it right down there, episode 28.
28.
I am Sam McDonald, aka Sam the Sweaty Boy, joined by none other than the one, the only, as always, Mr. John River Nix, aka Cowboy. It was a wild weekend in college
Oh,
basketball, as
yes.
it always is with the conference tournaments, but especially so in the SEC, I think. But we're SEC homers, as you can see right here. But John, how was your take with all the tournaments this past weekend?
My biggest surprise is I'll go with Iowa State the way they whooped
Mm,
Houston. I mean, put a beat down on them. I want to say at least by 20, put a beat down on them. Houston has no offense. It makes me kind of weary of them in the tournament. Purdue didn't do as hot as I thought they did. North Carolina, they played in the championship game, but they lost to the Cinderella story of North Carolina State Wolfpack. And then let's get to the SEC, man. Let me just tell you, I was shocked that you had in the same day the 1, the 2, and the 3 seed losing the same day with Tennessee going down first, Kentucky, and then Alabama. And I was very impressed with Florida. Unfortunately, they just were tired in the SEC championship, and they lost their center, who led the team in rebounds. I'm sure, because they lead the nation in rebound. I mean, they're a rebounding team. Florida, they went down. I tell you one team though in the SEC I was very impressed with. They had Auburn on the ropes, and they beat Kentucky, and they beat LSU. I really like this Mississippi State Bulldogs. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, they are hot right now. They are hot for sure. I could really see them going on some sort of run in the NCAA tournament. It would not shock me whatsoever. But yeah, as far as the SEC tournament goes, Alabama, look, this is a team that has struggled within the past month and a half, ever since the road loss to Auburn and Neville Arena. I don't think that Alabama has bounced back. I figured we were going to lose to Florida. Didn't quite think that we were going to lose the way we did, but Florida was coming in really hot. They face Auburn, of course, in the SEC championship. Congratulations, Auburn.
Yep.
We both
Congratulations on me. I mean,
hate saying that,
I'm about to
but you got to
say,
give
but
credit where credit's due.
no, you're right. I mean, even though they had the easiest path to the SEC tournament of all time, but
Yeah, they did. And look, like you mentioned, Micah Handlockton going down early in the first half of the ball game, which was huge. I don't think that would have gotten Florida the win, but maybe it would have been kept a little bit closer. I mean, the dude's seven
so
foot
well, I
two or
mean,
one or something like that.
Florida. I mean, I hate it because Florida played 5 straight. I think it was they played Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
And then
Sunday.
again on Sunday. Yeah, the
Yeah,
fatigue
4
definitely set in for sure. And Auburn was just smoking hot. There were two extremely hot teams, and it
The
really, I
buy
think,
paid
came
off. I
down.
mean, they were the only buy team to go that far. I mean, it paid off for them,
And
especially.
let's be real, I have to give Auburn a little bit more credit because earlier in the season, you and I both went on Auburn and
I
said this team cannot win
went it
outside of
out.
Neville Arena. And they've proved us wrong. I mean, in fact, Alabama's kind of proved that they can really only kind of win in Coleman
And
Coliseum for the
Coliseum.
most part.
No, you're
Um,
right, dude. I mean, Auburn, they did good, and I will give them credit. My God, the fans showed up. It sounded like
yes,
Neville
they did.
Arena at
Yes, they
Bridgestone
did. There were
Arena.
seemed like hardly any Florida fans there, which was odd because in the Texas A&M game, which was another comeback game for Florida, it actually seemed like they had a good amount of fans there, at least from my perspective on the TV. I don't really know. But man, it was all Auburn fans. I don't know if they were able to snag up the tickets because they won their game earlier than Florida or something. I really don't know. But credit to Auburn. But look, let's go ahead and get started with our NCAA tournament talk. March
Yes.
Madness has been around with the conference tournaments. Now it is true March Madness. And Auburn, we're going to get to them. They kind of got a little screwed, I think,
Auburn got
as
screwed. They got screwed. I mean, I'll say it as an Alabama fan. They got screwed. They got
but
screwed.
it's broken up, of course, into four sections, four
Yep.
regions. You got the East, the West, the Midwest, and the South brackets. Where do you want to start, JR? You want to
Let's
start
just start.
East, West?
Let's just start with the East. The best teams. Like this bracket's tough because you have the reigning Big East champion. You have the reigning Big Ten champion, the reigning SEC champion, and the Big 12 champion, all in one bracket.
Yeah, this is easily the best one for sure. I'm excited to watch. I mean, starting off, UConn, the number 1 seed in the region, taking on the 16 seed Stetson.
Is that
Uh,
that's down at Tampa, is it not? Or where is
Stetson is down. It's a little bit northeast of Orlando.
Okay,
Small
okay.
little school, home of that's where Jacob DeGrom went to school. It's in DeLand, Florida, also the same city uh that Chipper Jones grew up. So a big
And I wanna
baseball
say
town.
this is their first, dance, is it not? This is the first time they've ever been to the
That I'm not sure.
let me
It
double
wouldn't
check.
shock me, but I'm gonna tell you right
I
now.
know there was 2 teams, it was Grambling and I wanna
Mhm.
say it might have been Stetson. Let me double check.
USF, that would have been their first, I believe, but they did lose to UAB in the AAC tournament, and we'll get to UAB in a little bit as well, but I
Blazon.
Blaze on, go Dragons. Stetson, though, look, I can't tell you much that I know about Stetson. They are the 16 seed, but I'm not getting vibes that this is gonna be some Cinderella story with Stetson,
No,
like a St.
it's
Peter's,
not.
so give me
No, it's
UConn.
give me the Huskies. I don't even know what Stetson is. I mean, I won't be
The
honest. I don't even know.
Hatters.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, that didn't answer my question. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out if this is their first time. They don't even have a Wikipedia page. That's how sad this program
It
is.
is a small
I found
school,
it. I found it.
big baseball
Ye-
school.
yes, this is their first time in the. They've made it in the at Division Two level. Their last tournament appearance was in 1971. So
Wow.
this is their first time ever dancing, and they're going to get chewed up by a husky, like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then the 8 and 9 game, always, typically pretty close
I was
games.
very shocked to see FAU at the 8 spot.
Yeah, I mean, look, this was correct me if I'm wrong, this was a Final Four team last year, correct?
Speaking of that, I mean, if you look at this side of the bracket, 3 of the Final 4 teams are on the from last year is in this bracket with
San Diego
UConn.
State, yeah.
Only one missing is Miami, and of course, Miami was god awful this year. But no, you're right. FAU versus Northwestern. To me, I think this is an easy game. I really like FAU in this game.
I'm going to FAU as well. They would then take on UConn, in the round of 32. Um, back to Bama, not Alabama, but in the state of Alabama, the UAB Blazers. Andy Kennedy's team taking on the 5 seed, UAB the 12 seed, 5 seed San Diego State. Call me biased, call me a Birmingham boy.
You
I'm
go in the
going for the
Blazers.
upset.
That's
Give
is
me the flame throwing dragons.
okay. I like that. I like that, but not so fast. I like the Aztecas. Give me the San Diego State. As much as I want to see them lose after last year, because they did my boys dirty. And before we get started, I want you to know I'm not wearing just a New Orleans Pelicans jersey. I am wearing Mr. Herb Jones. So
Defensive master himself, Herb
he is Alabama
Jones,
basketball. He is, in my opinion, the greatest Alabama basketball player of all time.
over
You know,
Brandon Miller.
I at Alabama, yes.
Okay,
You,
okay,
when you think of impact at the University of
true,
Alabama,
true, true.
but give me San Diego State over the Blazers. As much as I want the Blazers to win, I think it's going to be San Diego State. Next game, both of these games, mind you, are in Spokane, Washington. So is the Alabama game. Spokane, Washington is the state of Alabama. They're going to hear Sweet Home Alabama. Do you think this is going to be the first time they've ever heard Sweet Home Alabama in Spokane, Washington?
Definitely not. But I would if they play Dixieland Delight. That will for sure be the first time they've ever heard that.
How confused do you think they're gonna be when somebody walks in the bar and go, "Hey y'all, can you put on that UAB game? Put on that
Hey,
Tiger."
I have an family friend who told me a story one time. Country is cornbread from Chilton County, Alabama. Took a vacation up to New York City and was hopping on an elevator, and the person in the elevator, it opens up and there's somebody in there, and she goes, "Well, hey, where are you going?" And the person was not having it. Not at all.
I'm telling you, they're gonna love Alabama people. So we got Auburn versus the Yale Bulldogs, the champions from the Ivy League. So they're really good at basketball and math. Um,
Upset, beat, who was it they beat? Brown, Columbia or Brown or
Brown.
Brown?
Give me Auburn. I think this Auburn team's really good. Putting them as a 4 seed is a little disheartening and a crime in my opinion. But give me Auburn. I think they move on to the next round.
Yeah, I've got Auburn as well. Now, if this was a battle of wits, give me the Bulldogs of Yale.
Yeah.
Uh, hey,
Just
Auburn's a pretty good school though too, but give me Auburn. This team is just really, really hot right now. Bruce Pearl seems to have them in a good groove right now. And I hate to say it, but they seem, despite getting the short end of the stick, they kind of seem primed to make sort of a deep run here, in my opinion.
no, you're right. I gotta do
And then
something before
I'm
we
gonna,
go.
all
I
right,
gotta
go ahead.
no, I ain't
Uh-oh.
going.
Uh-oh.
Don't,
Oh.
don't oh, oh
Hey, you getting a little hot.
no, I'm switching this around because I don't want people to think I'm wearing a Pelicans jersey. I'm wearing my Herb Jones jersey. This is for Herb. This is not for the Pelicans.
Number 6 seed BYU, the Cougs, taking on the 11 seed. I know you know how to say it. Duquesne. The
Equines.
Dukes, I believe, of Duquesne. Did
Is
you know that the head coach of
was Le,
Duquesne
was
is
LeBron
LeBron
James.
James' old high school
I
coach?
actually watched that movie the other day on Peacock. You know, Shooting Stars, and they said he went on became Duquesne. He was Akron's coach forever, and then he became Duquesne's coach a couple years ago. But give me the Cougars. I think the Cougars will win this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cougs as well. Um, look, shout out to Keith Dambro or Dambrot, however you pronounce his name, head coach there at Duquesne. I believe Duquesne. I think this is Duquesne's first NCAA tournament. I
It
do
is.
believe I heard that.
I don't.
It is not. Maybe if it is, if it
Let me
isn't,
double
then it's been
check.
their first in a long time since like the '70s, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's been a while. Duquesne's basketball.
But I'm gonna go
Woo.
BYU as well. Um, moving
They
on though,
was
while
in
you
it
search that
last
up,
time they was in it was in 77.
77. That's what I think
Why
I
is
remember
this even
hearing.
a record? And well, in 1940 they were in the Final Four. So I'm
Hmm,
just saying, Duquesne and
that's a
Auburn
basketball
are
school.
Duquesne and Auburn's kind of the same level. Hang the banner. Hang the banner.
Hey, yeah, everybody remembers 19 the legendary 41 season like it was yesterday.
Dude, it was a magical. Like nothing else happened in 1941.
I always think it's funny, you know, you and I are South Alabama alums. I remember going to South Alabama games, which does not have a good basketball history. But every time South Alabama has like maybe 2 wins in the NCAA tournament in their entire history, and
Yep.
one of them
What
was
is
against
against
Alabama in like 1989 or something, and they always show that on like the Jumbotron pregame video,
the
like it's the
tide?
only thing to be proud
The
of.
Jags rolled the tide. They
That's
rolled the tide.
right.
I mean, if you there's this wing place in Mobile across from campus called a Voodoo Wings, and you go in there, and the first thing you see like by the cash register is like a photo. The Jags rolled the tide. I was like,
I've
oh my
seen that
god. And they still talk about when they beat Mississippi State in football. Now I'm sure they talk about
on
Oklahoma
on a
State
missed field goal.
on a missed field goal. Next game, Illinois. Forgot what their mascot is. Playing the
The Fighting
Moorhead.
Illini.
That's right. Playing the Moorhead State Eagles. Moorhead State. We've had the pleasure of watching them this year because they played our team. Moorhead State's a good team. It's gonna be tough, but give me the Illinois. I think they're a good team.
Give me Illinois. This will be a pretty, I think, a pretty easy game. Not much to say there. Give me the
Yeah.
3 seed. Moving on after that, Washington State against Drake.
Upset alert! Upset!
I'm right
Woo!
there with you. Give me Drake. I don't know
Drake.
Drake's mascot. Do you happen to know
It's
Drake's
a bulldog.
mascot?
It's a
The
bulldog.
Bulldogs. Oh, can we stop the Bulldogs and the Tigers
It is
and the Wildcats? Come on
mascot
now.
is Kiki Do You Love Me? Drake gonna beat the Bulldogs. He
Are
gonna beat
they?
him like he gonna beat him like Meat Meal. Arr.
I mean, if they're carrying with them what Drake is carrying with him, let's just say they got this game in the bag.
They're blessed. That's all I'm gonna say. They're blessed. They're blessed.
So I think Washington State is a solid team. But I'm gonna go with Drake, and it may not even be that much of an upset.
no. That was one when it came out. I was like, yeah. Drake's got that one. Drake's got that one. You got the 2 seed Iowa State versus the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love watching South Dakota State. Them dudes are always in the tournament, and I feel like Alabama always plays them in non-conference. They can play. South Dakota State, they can play. They're always good. But I've been talking about them all year as my sleeper team in the tournament. I love Iowa State. I think
Y-
they're a really good
You
team.
you have
I think Iowa State is going to blow them out of the water. Give me the Cyclones.
Cyclones.
I don't even
I'm
know
gonna
what a
go with the
cyclone is.
Cyclones as well. So give me them. Now, how do you want to go? That is it
Let's
within the
let's let's let's
East.
let's finish the East. Let's
Okay.
literally go through the East till we get down to the Final Four, and then we go. Because remember, whenever guys, we are going to split we're going to split this up to where you can, if you don't want to, you can see which ones you want to watch. If you know what I'm saying. So let's do that. Round of 32, you got the Yukon Huskies versus FAU. I want to say I got to look it up to see if this is a rematch from last year's tournament in the Final Four.
That I cannot remember. But
No,
I'm gonna
no,
go with UConn.
it wasn't it's not a rematch. It's not a rematch because
I thought FAU played San
they
Diego
pl-
State, did they
they play
not?
San Diego State. That's who it was. Yeah, give me Yukon. Give me the Huskies. San Diego State versus the Auburn Tigers. As much as I want San Diego State to win, I really don't want Auburn to win. But I think Auburn's going to win. Give me the Tigers.
Yeah, so I've got UAB pulling the upset against San Diego State in the round of 64, but I do not
Wow.
have the upset coming
Okay.
against the Auburn Tigers in the in-state battle. If that does end up happening, either way, I think Auburn is moving on to the Sweet 16.
There we
Um,
go. Yep.
so
I,
give me the Tigers either way, whether it is San Diego State or UAB.
next game. We both got BYU versus Illinois. Give me the reigning Big Ten champs. Give me Illinois.
I'm going to go Illinois as well on this one. Like you said, reigning Big Ten champs. BYU, I don't think is quite as. Look, I mean, Illinois is a really good shooting team. These teams are actually pretty closely
That's what I'm saying. This is a
contested.
tough bracket. This is a
Yeah,
tough
but
one.
give me Illinois on this one.
Next one. We both agreed. 10 seed Drake versus 2 seed Iowa State. We know where I'm going. Give me the Cyclones.
I'm going to go Cyclones as well. Aside from UAB and San Diego State, we're pretty much in agreement there in the round of 32. Back up to the top. Now it's where it gets good.
The
Now it's
Sweet
always good, but
16.
now is
Yep.
where it gets the big games. UConn and Auburn. I'm going to go with the Huskies on
Give me
this
the
one. I think the
Huskies.
heat for Auburn ends there.
I agree. Give me the Huskies. I think it'll be a very tight game. But I'm gonna tell you, man. Dan Hurley. That's his. Yeah. Dan Hurley. He's got this team built, man. He's got them built, dude. They're a good team. I believe in the Yukon again. I think they'll be the first team since Florida to win back to back. Give me Yukon. They have
I
potential. They have potential. They
They
have
most
potential.
certainly do, and, look, don't sleep on Auburn, they most certainly could pull
No,
some
yeah.
sorta upset.
Auburn's deep. I'll give it to them. They're deep. They got a lineup.
I just think, I'm right there with you, this UConn team is just I mean, they're a juggernaut, man. And then moving on to the other, section there, Illinois, 2 seed taking on the 3 seed, Iowa State and
No.
Illinois.
You flip flop it. 3 seed Illinois, 2 seed
3
Iowa
seed
State.
Illinois, 2 seed Iowa State. Alright, I'm gonna ask you where you're going with this one
Cyclones.
first.
Cyclones.
Cyclones. Okay. All right.
Are you going
You
with
really
upset?
like this Cyclones team.
I really
I'm
like
gonna
this.
go with the upset. Give me the Illini.
I like it. Now we get into where Elite Eight. Who is going to get that? Who is going to be in the Final Four? You know, I really like the Cyclones. I think their offense is great. Of course, their defense is great. They shut Houston down. They're only beating them by like 25, 30 points, but they ain't no Husky. Give me the Yukon Husky. Give me that dog.
I'm going UConn as well. I know you guys like upsets and you like crazy stuff, but I mean, you can't. This is a tough team to just bet an upset on. Whether it's Illinois, whether it's Iowa State, I'm taking UConn either way. That is the representative of the
Of the
Final Four in the
the
East
East.
region.
Let's
Let's
move
move on, John
to the
Rivers,
West.
to the West. The
West
one seed.
side. West.
The one seed. out of the Blue Bloods, really the only one that's a number 1 seed
It
here.
is, yes, yes.
North Carolina taking on the 16 seed,
Winner of Howard and Wagner.
winner of Howard and Wagner. Give me the upset. No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
give
I can't do
me
it. Give me,
Georgia
give me,
Tech. Give me Georgia. Give me
give
the
me the
Tar
Tar
Heels.
Heels on this one. No question.
Next game. This game is going to be tough. This game is going to be tough, but I kind of talked about them in the beginning of the video. We have 8 seed Mississippi State versus 9 seed Michigan State. It's tough to go against Tom Izzo in the round of 64. I completely agree 100%. But he has not met the dentist from Mississippi State. Give me the Bulldogs of Mississippi State.
Great minds think alike, and I'm going with the upset. Really not an upset because they're a higher seed, but I think Michigan State is favored in this one. Give me the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Tom Izzo, fantastic coach. He hasn't quite been there the past number of years now, so it's like, oh, Tom, well, get back to the top at some point, right?
Yeah,
But right now, you're sitting at a 9 seed. I'm going with the Dogs,
I like
and
that
that
a
leads
lot.
us to getting into our section here a little bit.
Yep. And playing next, we got the St. Mary's. I think Catholic, I think, is their mascot. I don't
The
know how.
Gales.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know what a
right.
Gale is.
And then you got the Grand Canyon at 12 seed. 5 versus 12 seed. They say the 5 versus 12 seed is the most upset seeding there is in college basketball. But you know what? I don't believe in that. Give me St. Mary's.
I'm gonna go with St. Mary's as well. Give me the Gales. This is a good 5 seed team. Grand Canyon, look, they've done some stuff. Well, this is a good program that they
I
got
don't
there in
care.
Arizona.
I don't care what anybody says. But when you play in whatever league and you win 29 games and only lose 4, that's still good as hell. I don't
Yes, it
care
is.
if you're playing in the SEC or if you're playing in the A Sun League. When you win 29 games, that's still tough.
But I'm going with St.
Mary's.
Mary's.
Yeah, I'm going St. Mary's. All right,
And that
next
leads us
game.
into the Tide.
The tie, baby. Woo! I wish we had Herb Jones out there because our defense is atrocious.
Look, we've said it time and time and again. If this team had even a semblance of a defense, this is a national championship
This is a
caliber
two
team.
C team. This is a 2C team.
Two,
Alabama,
maybe.
Alabama versus Charleston. Charleston's got an offense, man, and they're on a 12-game winning streak. I think this is the toughest 4-13 game there is. But we'll get into another 4-13 game that I like. But this is tough for Alabama. But I can't go against my boys. I think Grant Nelson's going to come up big. I think Aaron Estrada is going to come up big. But our MVP of the season, Sears Tower, baby. Give me Alabama.
I'm gonna say we get a good break this week, and we learn how to shoot the 3 point. It comes back. Reitzel goes out there, throws 3 after 3. Rylan Griffin making threes. Mark Sears making threes, and this offense comes back alive like it was at the first half of the season. Give me Alabama in this game.
I like it.
Clemson is the 6 seed in the West, taking on the Lobos
New
of New
Mexico
Mexico,
State.
the 11 seed. Give me the Tigers.
Give me Clemson. Clemson's a good ACC team. We played them earlier. We lost to them this year. Clemson's a good team. Give me the Tigers. No upset.
Not much to say on there. Now, former national champion, the number 3 Baylor Bears, taking on, I don't know what they are, but Colgate.
Colgate toothpaste.
That's all
I
I
don't.
know.
I'm gonna go Baylor.
Give me Baylor on this one. Give me the Bears. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about Colgate. They are the 14th seed.
Don't even know where
Uh,
they're located.
I want to say they're in somewhere in the Midwest, Ohio, Pennsylvania, somewhere up there.
I want to go Serbia.
Serbia. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. They like
my
basketball.
my next team, the next game featuring former Alabama head coach Anthony Grant, 7 seed Dayton versus 10 seed Nevada. You know, I would pick the upset on this any other day, but you know what? I'm feeling spunky today. I'm feeling fly. Feeling like a flyer. Give me the Dayton Flyers.
Give me the Flyers of Dayton. We have been in complete agreement for the
This
whole.
bracket is kind of easy to be
It
honest. I
is
don't know.
pretty easy,
Give
but
me.
watch there be upset after upset in this one. I'm gonna go with the Dayton Flyers as well. Give me Anthony Grant. Next up, 2 seed versus the
Arizona.
15 seed Long Beach State. Not sure what mascot the Long Beach State, whatever you call them, are.
I've seen their beach volleyball team
They are
play.
really good at all those Cal State teams are.
Let's see. I've seen like on this tournament. I've seen at my old job, guys. I used to work the NCAA beach women's beach volleyball tournament championship. I've seen Long Beach, Grand Canyon, teams you wouldn't think that have beach volleyball. Seen
What do you?
Florida.
I know that was a lot of California schools. What did they think coming out to Alabama, having a nice beach like that and
It
playing in the
was so
championship?
it was so great because I had the night before I had to do a like a banquet for them, and I was their entertainment, and I was like, "Hey y'all, y'all ready to
Who is
go?
this guy?
Who's this guy? All right, y'all hold hands now. We're about to sing Kumbaya. All right, let's
How's
get
he
to the
carry
round.
for Cotton Eye Joe?
Y'all ever heard of Footloose? We're about to cut a rug.
Give me the Wildcat.
I like their Arizona Wildcats.
Arizona.
Arizona Wildcats. I like the Wildcats. I like cats. Um, Next game, the round of 32. 1 seed North Carolina versus 8 seed Mississippi State. What are your thoughts on this game? Because I'm gonna tell you, man, I got an interesting take. I think. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Mine's pretty simple, and it's that North Carolina is just too good. I like Mississippi State. I know you like them, but look, this North Carolina team is good, and I'm gonna go with the 1 seed on this one. I feel like you're some
Not so
sweats pulling
fast.
up.
Not
Oh,
so
you really
fast.
like this team?
Upset. Upset. Give me the Bulldogs. They're going to chew up a goat. They're going to eat a ram. Give me Mississippi State for the upset. The first 1 seed is going down.
Down in the round of 32.
There we go. Give me Mississippi
Wow.
State. The dentist is in, baby.
All right, I'm gonna go with North Carolina.
Okay.
Now it stars the Gales of St. Mary's versus the Tide of Alabama. Who you got? Let's hear your take.
Man, it's going to be a good game with the Gales. They're always good. It's always between them and Gonzaga in their conference. I really like the Gales. Matthew Dellavedova played there. Steph Curry, stopper. But Bama, man, I'm going to tell you, you can't go against Roll Tide or Willie. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Blitz. Bama, blitz. Bama's going to run the score up on them Galeons, wherever they are. Give me Alabama.
For the Gales of St. Mary's pulling the upset.
No, no.
I know. My heart can't take it, but I just don't think that this Alabama team has been there. I know I said a minute ago that I think that they'll find that offense, but I think the odds aren't there in our favor. I do think that this is a round of 32 exit team, most likely at the very most a Sweet 16 exit. But give me St. Mary's. I hate to say it, but this team has just been tough to watch recently.
Ugh, ugh. I like it.
I
Okay.
gotta be real. I gotta be real.
No, no, I mean, it just depends. I'm basing it off the hot, your seed. Next, 6 seed. We both have 6 seed Clemson, 3 seed Baylor. I like the Bearcats. Give me Baylor.
I'm gonna go Baylor as well. Pretty easy one there, potentially. But yeah, this is a pretty easy one for me. Baylor.
7 seed Dayton versus 2 seed Arizona. Give me the Wildcats. Meow.
I'm gonna
I
go with
like
the Wildcats
I
as
like
well.
cats.
I like this Arizona team. I have kind of all season. So
I
give
like
me Zona.
I like Wildcats. Um,
Final Sweet 16
I
of the West
in
bracket.
my bracket, I have an SEC matchup. I have Mississippi State versus Alabama. My God, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm telling you, it all depends if Mississippi State can beat North Carolina. Because if they can't beat North Carolina, I have Alabama losing to North Carolina Sweet 16. But since I think North Carolina is going to lose, give me Alabama in
So
their lead eight.
you think that this would be Alabama's first Elite Eight since I want to say 2004,
It's a
maybe?
big if. If North Carolina plays Michigan State, they're beating Michigan State, and then we're playing North Carolina. We're not beating North Carolina. If we have to play North Carolina in any view, we're not beating North Carolina. But in this, I truly think Mississippi State, if they can beat Michigan State, they can beat North Carolina. Give me Alabama in
Okay,
the
okay,
lead
okay.
eight.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Um, give me. I see. I got North Carolina taking on St. Mary's. Unfortunately, give me North Carolina over the Gales. Give
Okay.
me North Carolina over Alabama too, if it comes down to that.
Yeah.
So
Now we have Baylor, 3 seed Baylor versus 2 seed Arizona. Give me the Wildcat. Meow.
another 3 versus 2. I'm gonna go with the Wildcats
I
of
like cats.
Arizona, which means that they take on my bracket North Carolina,
Yes.
and which means they would take on presumably Alabama if things go right on your
Yeah.
bracket, correct?
Yes. Yes. And give me a second.
Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Take a
Come on.
moment. Yeah, give me the Wildcats. I think the Wildcats are going to beat the hell out of Alabama. Give me the Wildcats. I think that they're going to, if they play Alabama, they're going to put the score up. Even if Arizona plays at North Carolina, I think the Wildcats are going to beat North Carolina. Give me Arizona.
My representative of the West bracket over the Tar Heels. Give me Zona.
There we
Give me
go.
Arizona beating North Carolina.
We have the same. We're definitely going to be different in these next two teams in the Final Four, but we have the same Final Four so far. I like Cats. You know who that sounds like?
I can't.
Is that's what's his name from Farster's Home? Blue or no Cheese. I like
I like cereal.
I like cats.
I
I
like
like
chocolate
cats.
milk. I like
I like
chocolate milk.
I like potatoes.
My favorite was Fred Fredburger.
Either him or Cheese. I like chocolate milk. I like cats. I like cats.
South bracket. Enough. All right, 1 seed Houston taking on Longwood is the 16
That sounds like
seed.
a porn star name. It sounds like a Longwood.
His first name is Jason or something like that. Jason Longwood.
Give me Houston. I think Houston.
Give me the Cougs for sure. Sorry, Longwood. I want to look. I want to pull a 16 seed beating a 1 seed, but I mean, it's so hard to predict that, you know.
No, it really is. Next game, you got the number 8 Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the Texas A&M Aggies at 9. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Nebraska's good. Upset. Give me the A&M.
Can you pick an upset that's not my upset? Because I'm going with Buzz and A&M.
Give me the Paladin. Buzz the Paladin. Give me Buzz. Infinity and beyond. What did you just do
It's
there?
getting hot in my hotel room. I had to lower
It's
the
getting
AC.
hot in here.
I'm getting heated with all these picks.
I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Wisconsin taking on James Madison. Can put some respect on James Madison University's name. What they have done in college athletics since they have moved
I
up
wonder if
has just been incredible.
they've even won volleyball. Like they've
I
been
know.
pretty good. And you know what? I'm gonna start giving them respect because I'm going with an upset. This is my 5-12
Oh,
upset. Give me the James Madison Dukes over
I
the
like it.
Wisconsin Badgers. It's a Duke for crying out loud over a Badger. Give me James Madison.
I like it. I like it. And this one on NCAA's bracket challenge actually has James Madison as the suggested pick, but
They have the
not so
most
fast.
they have the most wins in NCAA right now.
But not so fast. Have you tried? Do you know what a badger can do? Have you seen that video from 13 years ago of the honey badger just don't care? Remember Tyrann Mathieu? He just didn't care, and he don't care that James Madison is a 12 seed and they're above him because they're taking care of business and moving on to the round of
Taking care
32.
of business. I just know what sound the fox makes. But let's go. Wait a minute. Your audio setup is causing echo. Okay, I don't
Am
know
I
what that
good?
was. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I just want to make sure it's still recording. Okay, next game: 4 seed Duke versus 13 seed Vermont. Vermont, Vermont.
Vermont.
I don't know why I misread that.
The
Give me the Blue Devils.
the Maple Makers of Vermont. That is not their mascot, but I wish it was. Give me the Duke Blue Devils.
What is their mascot?
I do not know. I do remember though. Let me look at
Looks
the
like a
logo here.
it looks like
Looks like a tiger,
tiger. Is there tigers in
a
Vermont?
cougar. How many cougars we got here? This is a
Are they
cougar.
talking about like a cougar, like a 40-year-old going after a 20-year-old kind of cougar, or like a
I think this is a real Bernie Sanders. All right, let me look this up. Vermont mascot is the catamounts.
they should have? What is a catamount? What's a
Well, what
It
is
sounds like a
a
type of like a
catamount?
thing, like a medicine for diabetes.
The cougar, also known as the Puma mountain lion or catamount. So it is a cougar.
So
They just
basically,
wanted to go sophisticated and call something
everything
else.
else was taken, so they had to go with catamount. And they should be called. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
They should have been not the Vermont Cougars. They should have been the Vermont. A local mom lives near you. She wants to meet you.
Give me Duke.
Give me Duke. All right, next one: 6 seed Texas Tech versus 11 seed North Carolina State Wolfpack. How do you feel about this?
Oh man. Give me the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. I like NC State. I did pretty good basketball school. But give me Texas Tech.
I like that. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. But not so fast.
Shut your mouth.
Give
Don't
me
you dare.
North Carolina State. Give me the Wolfpack. What even is a Red Raider? Is it just a Raider who wears red? Give me North Carolina State.
I think it's number 28 in the net is what a Red Raider is. Kentucky, number 3, taking on the A's of Oakland.
Oh,
Terrible,
Oakland
terrible. John Fisher is a terrible owner.
Raiders.
Terrible owner. They're
Raiders.
moving to Las Vegas. I'm just kidding. That's not the Oakland that we're talking about. But it looks by their logo, they also might just be a cougar, but I believe they're the Bears or something like that from what it looks like, or a wolf or a who knows. But it doesn't matter
They
because
look
the
like a liger. They
Wildcats.
look like a liger, but they're going to be mauled by a wildcat.
Have you ever seen a wildcat in real life? Like a bobcat? Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah, my wife. Oh.
don't watch this, Anna. The Florida Gators
Versus
taking
the
on the winner of Colorado
in
or
Boise
Boise
State.
State, I guess.
I kind of want to go. Give me Florida.
I'm going with Florida. This team, despite the rough loss against Auburn in the SEC championship, I do think that this is a now losing Micah Hanlockton is huge, but I do think that this is a solid team. They're playing with some heat. I like Todd Golden, what he's doing. Give me the Gators to move on to the round of 32.
I agree. Round of 32, we got number 1 seed Houston versus 9 seed A&M. The Battle of Texas. Give me the
Wait. Let's move
Cougars.
on. Hold on. We're missing Marquette, the 2
Oh,
seed.
I didn't even. Yeah, Marquette versus Western Kentucky. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know Western Kentucky was in the tournament.
I'm going
And
with Marquette.
I'm going Marquette. I'm going Shaka. Shaka Smart. That's the coolest name ever, by the way.
That is a cool name. All right, but now moving on to the two Texas teams, not too far away from each other between College
They
Station and
have met
Houston.
before earlier in the season. Houston beat them 70-66. And I think it's going to be the same story. Give me the Houston Cougars. I think this could potentially be an upset, but give me the Houston Cougars. Upset scale says it's at a out of 10. It's about a 5, 6, but I think Houston can pull away late.
I'm going to go with the Cougars as well. This Houston team just a little bit too good for what I think A&M can handle. Now, wouldn't shock me if A&M pulls some sort of upset, but give me Houston on this one. Moving on down below, I've got Wisconsin. Now, you've got James Madison pulling the
Yep.
upset
Yep.
versus Duke. Now, I've
Yep.
got Duke beating Wisconsin.
I'm gonna say I have Duke beating James Madison, so I have Duke's advancing to the Sweet 16. I think the Cinderella run ends with James Madison at the round of 32. They were
Is it even a
fun.
Cinderella run if they lose in the round of 32?
No, I feel like a 12 seed is too high to be for a Cinderella run. Give me Duke.
The Red Raiders, in my case, or the NC State Wolfpack in yours, taking on the Wildcats of Kentucky. Look, we've talked about this Kentucky team as we are SEC guys. I like this Kentucky team. They've really turned it around in the second half of the season. Give me the Wildcats as the 3 seed here.
I agree. Give me the Wildcats. They're gonna beat the. They're going. A Wildcat will beat a Tar. Well, not a Tar Heel. They will beat a Wolfpack. That'd be an awesome fight to watch. Who would win, a Wildcat or a
A Wildcat or a what now? Or a wolf?
Wolfpack?
I think a wolf, a whole wolf pack. I think you got to go with the pack
What
itself
even
then.
is a Wildcat? Like, what is their term of a
I think like a
Wildcat?
bobcat, something like that.
Or could it? Or hear me out. Hear me out. Could it be a cat that's just left outside?
It could.
It's out in the wild. It's a
I
cat.
mean, hey, did you grow up with cats? I know you have. I know you got your dog, Tyler.
No, I know. I grew up with two dogs.
Yeah, I had two cats growing up. It was the only two cats that I ever had, and they ended up dying at like 16 years old, really early.
I had two cats, Mittens who died and Sylvester who ran away. So let's go to the next game. Let's go.
I like how you say, no, I didn't grow up with any cats.
Well,
Yeah, I had
they
two
didn't.
cats.
Well, Mittens didn't last long. It's kind of like I'm not gonna go any more into depth. I don't want to cry. I was like 6. I was 16. I was 60. Let's go. Florida versus Marquette. Yeah, I think the Gators are done. Give me the Marquette mascot insert here. Marquette.
Not so fast. I'm going with the upset. I like this Florida team.
Wow.
I like it a lot. Shout out,
Even with wow. Okay.
shout out to my boy Tyler, who actually is a basketball athletic trainer at Florida, who did his undergraduate at Marquette. So this
There
will
we
be an
go,
interesting
Tyler.
game for him. But give me Florida on this one. I don't think it's going to last much longer after this game. But I like them. I think that they can make a Sweet 16 sort of run. I think it ends there. But give me Florida.
Yes,
But
I like
wouldn't,
it.
of course, be shocked if Marquette pulls that one out. It
I,
goes on a deep run.
yes, way to go. And also, thank you to Tyler for being a loyal Patreon. Um,
Yeah, if you guys want to donate, just click the link below that we don't have.
that we don't have. You know,
Subscribe to our OnlyFans while you're at it.
I'm just my OnlyFans is me eating cold cuts off my belly while I'm watching Zoe 101.
Oh, I'm just
Whoa.
another kind of girl
All right.
eating ham off my belly. All right, Houston taking on Duke in the Elite Eight.
What do you think of this game? Because I know what I'm thinking.
Give me the Cougars of Houston beating the Blue Devils.
Um,
Sounds like you stirring a little bit of a pot here.
thinking because I don't like that. I really like Duke. Give me Duke. They're my favorite team. Them, the Lakers, the Yankees, and Alabama football. Give me the Blue Devils. I got an upset. I got my second first seed going down in the Sweet
Placido
16.
Polanco was not even that good. Let's
He
be real
wasn't.
here.
He wasn't. No, no. Give me Duke.
Give me Juan Uribe over Placido Polanco. reference to our latest TikTok post. If you want to go check that out, Heads Up Play on
Who would have known
heads.up.play.
Palacio was as good as Willie the Hay Mays kid? I'm just telling. Who would have thunk it? I never
To
would
say, hey,
have.
kid. All
I never
right,
would have
give
thunk
me
it.
Houston. Give me um, Florida is what I have taking on Kentucky in the Sweet 16, or excuse me, yes,
Give me
the Elite
Kentucky.
Eight rather. Give me Kentucky, whether they're facing Marquette or Florida. I'm going with the Wildcats.
I agree. All right, and then we have in the Elite Eight, you have Houston versus Kentucky. I have Duke versus Kentucky. My pick, I think it might be the same. Give me the Wildcats. I think of the Blue Bloods. I think Kentucky gets through it, and we have our first SEC team into the Final Four.
No, give me Houston.
You're not that guy, pal.
Wrong. You're wrong. Houston's going to be the representative. That's what I've got. Moving on.
If I played, it'd be the best basketball game of all time.
If I played, it'd be the best ever. Better than Nick Saban, better than Coach K.
And that we have,
What's up, brother?
you have Houston representing the South, and I have Kentucky. So far, we have both UConn and Arizona, and then I have Kentucky, and you have Houston. Wow, there we
Houston,
go.
yes.
One,
Houston.
two,
That is the
one, and
first part that we differ
there
in the
we
Final
go.
Four.
And
All right,
we are on our
Midwest.
last leg. The Midwest. This
The
one's a pretty.
Boilermakers of Purdue taking on the winner of Grambling and Montana State.
If I had to pick a 16-1 upset, this would be this one. But I just don't like Purdue at all. Give me Purdue though. Give me the Boilermakers.
Yeah, not a big Zach Edey fan myself. I know he's been making a lot of people mad recently, especially just with his face. Like, dude,
He's
smile.
ugly. He's ugly.
Yeah, he is. As
What's he
far as
saying?
that
What's
go,
he
like, come
saying?
on, dude.
Step Brothers. He goes something about your face. I just want to put my fist in it.
Give me Purdue as well. Um, yeah, pretty easy there. Utah State, the Aggies taking on TCU. I'm gonna go with the Aggies on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm just you get an upset. You get an upset. You get an upset. Give me the horned frogs. I don't even know what a horned frog is.
A horned toad.
Is it just a
It's just
frog?
it's just a frog with horns.
Is
Or a
it just a
toad, I guess. I don't
frog
know.
that's horny? I don't know. Give me a frog. Give me the horned frog. Give me the horny frogs.
Say ribbit to that one. Gonzaga taking on McNeese State.
um,
On to the
your
next one.
what does he say? He says, "Your delight is my. I'm ribbiting for your delight," or something. I don't know. I'm booling. I'm booling.
Flat.
Oh my!
Some slime.
Remember when your fiance used to hate when me and you said
She's gonna watch this if she does. I hate that. Gonzaga and McNeese. Give me the Bulldogs of
I'm about to say,
Gonzaga.
I like old former LSU coaches back into the picture with McNeese State, Will Wade. But that Cinderella run has to end. Give me Gonzaga. A lot of 12 seeds in this tournament with
Mhm.
30 plus wins. I mean, McNeese has the second most wins with 30-3. But give me the Bulldogs. One of the weaker Bulldog teams, but give me the Bulldogs.
Tell me what you think about this next matchup. Another Birmingham, Alabama representative, Bucky McMillan, Buckyball, taking on the 4 seed Kansas Jayhawks.
I made a bet with everybody. If Sanford Bulldogs beats the Kansas Jayhawks and we get 10,000 likes on a TikTok, I will do the 24-hour Waffle House challenge.
How
We got.
many potatoes will you consume in hash browns?
I won't eat any. I gotta eat waffles. Have you
Only
not seen?
waffles?
Have you seen it to where?
I thought it was just you spend 24 hours in Waffle
So
House.
what you do is you spend 24 hours Waffle House, but for every waffle you eat is an hour taken off.
Oh, I could eat 24 hour. I could eat
You
24
you
waffles
gotta
in
think about it.
4
24.
hours. Come on. I can eat a
That's
whole that's a lot of waffles. Maybe not
and what
24,
that's what I'm
maybe
saying. You
12.
got to spend some time in there. But it's definitely the best fantasy football. punishment of all time. But yeah,
All right, what do you
give
think?
me. I'm gonna go Jayhawks over the Sanford Bulldogs. As much as I want Sanford to win it, give me the Jayhawks.
Not so fast. Give me
Oh
Buckyball
wow!
pulling the upset. Throw me a little bit of bias on there, but give me the Homewood Homeboys of Sanford beaten down, not beaten down hard, but I think that this is a March Madness
A
upset.
buzzer beater. Is this gonna be a buzzer beater,
Something
Kyle?
like that, last second thing. This is March Madness to a T, first ever trip to the tournament. Am I correct on that?
I want to say. Let me double check. I'm checking my sources. My sources being Wikipedia.
We're in. We're past the firewall. So how do these guys not even know how to set up a firewall?
Oh my god.
Either way, while you're searching that up, give me Samford in a closely contested battle.
No, they were ended in 1999 and then 2000.
Okay, all right, but give me Samford here. I do think that this has a prime Cinderella story aura about it.
I like it. I like it. Next game, you have South Carolina versus the reigning Big 12, not Big 12, Pac 12, the last Pac 12 conference champion in the Oregon Ducks. It's a good story, Oregon. They just got hot. I mean, they're 11 seed and they're a champion in the tournament. Well, but you know what? Have you ever made a Gamecock baby? Give me South Carolina. Give me Sue Piggy. Hey, that's not the
That's
right team.
Arkansas.
I know, man. But give me the
Hey,
Gamecocks.
not so fast. Give me the Ducks. This South Carolina team, look, they've just been blown out time by time against better opponents. They've shown faces of being really good, but I'm just not a big believer. I've stopped believing in them for a while now. I mean, especially after getting blown out by Auburn. And I know Auburn ended up being the champions, but I'm just not a believer in this South Carolina team. Give me Oregon
Let me
in this
ask you a
slight
question.
upset.
I know growing up in Alabama, have you ever seen a South Carolina fan? Because I never have.
Maybe a couple in my life, but not
Them and
many.
them and Vandy.
I've seen some Vandy fans,
I've never seen
oddly
them.
enough.
I'm gonna say I've seen Missouri fans. I've never seen a South Carolina one. All right. Next game, Creighton versus Akron. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I really like this Creighton team. They're scary good. I think they got a very good chance. Give me Creighton.
I like this Creighton team as well. Don't know much about Akron. Not exactly sure what a zip is. I think it's like a kangaroo.
Zippity doo dah, zippity
Yeah, I hate they
yay.
changed.
Yeah, whatever. I
Dang,
get it.
they need to turn
Woo!
Splash Mountain back. I'll do another episode for that one. We're gonna get canceled. Give me Creighton.
Give me Creighton. I just know there's a kid from Akron named LeBron James. That's all I know, man. Promise school. Yep. I don't know what that meant. Give me Texas over UVA or Colorado State in the next game because I don't know who's playing, and I really don't think Virginia should have been in. Give me Texas.
Yeah, I'm going with Texas as
I kind of thought it
well.
was BS. Virginia got in. They should have put in the Sycamores from Indiana State.
Yeah,
And
with
and
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
and then the game I am definitely gonna watch because I have made so many Tennessee fans mad because they hated when I actually got it right. Tennessee playing St. Peter's. They're back, baby. They are back. Wait, they're like that Skip Bayless meme. I'm back, baby. What it do? What it do? Give me Tennessee. But I think it's going to be tough. I hope to God I'm wrong about this and St. Peter's wins. God,
I
I'm a
have Tennessee here. I know Rick Barnes in March. I know his lack of success, but I don't think that St. Peter's has the same magic about them that they
round of
had last
64 is
year.
not his cap. I got his cap
You're
later
right.
on.
You're right. You're right. But I think all of the if my prediction's right, then most of the magic in this uh, region is going to go to Samford. So give me Tennessee.
I agree. All right, you got in the round of 32, number one Purdue, and you have Utah State. I have TCU. Give me the Boilermakers.
I'm going to go with the Boilermakers as well on this one. Not much to say. Gonzaga taking on Samford. Bulldogs versus Bulldogs. Samford for me, Kansas for you.
Yep.
For me, I like the Bulldogs.
For me, I like the Jayhawks. Give me Kansas.
Yeah, I'm going the Bulldogs of Gonzaga. I like you, Samford. I do like you.
Well, let me ask you. Let
The
me ask you.
energy.
If Kansas plays Gonzaga, who wins that game?
Kansas.
Okay. Okay. Give me Kansas over Gonzaga.
Oregon against 3 seed Creighton. I'm gonna go with Creighton
I
on this
agree.
one.
Give me Creighton. Give me the Blue Jays. Yeah, Creighton Blue Jays. Yep. Alabama played them earlier in the season. I really like this Creighton team. Give me Creighton.
Tennessee taking on Texas.
I
Unless St. Peter's pulls off that upset, I'm gonna go with Texas on this one.
wow.
I think Rick Barnes in March comes down in the round of 32. I think Dalton Connect has a bad game. Give me Texas.
And I'm not gonna go with. I'm not gonna go with my. I'm not gonna go yet with Tennessee. Give me Tennessee beating Texas. I think Tennessee fans will give Texas an early shot of what it's going to be like in the SEC doing this. I think they're going to get a shot at that because they haven't had an SEC team do that to them yet. But give me Tennessee. We're in the Sweet
Tennessee's just gonna
Six.
throw mustard at them
Oh my God, golf
and then a
balls,
golf ball.
mustard. This will be innocent. I mean, after they talk about their mama, I mean, my God. But I have Purdue versus Kansas. You have Purdue versus Gonzaga. Who do you got?
I have Purdue
Wow,
beating Gonzaga.
bad, not bad.
You know what? Changing my mind. Give me Gonzaga over Purdue. I just don't like this Purdue team.
Wow. Okay, okay. Let me ask you, who wins if Kansas beats Gonzaga and Kansas plays Purdue?
Kansas.
That's what I like. Give me Kansas over Purdue. I think Purdue is my third. You only have one seed in the Final Four. With Purdue going down in the Sweet 16, give me the Jayhawks.
All right. In the Elite Eight. So that means you have Kansas taking
No,
on
lead it.
Creighton. I've got Gonzaga taking on Creighton. And give me the Jays.
Wait a minute. We haven't talked about Creighton versus Tennessee.
Creighton versus Tennessee. I've got Creighton versus Texas. Give me Creighton.
Okay. This is what Rick Barnes caps. He can't get past the Sweet 16. He can't do it. He can't do it. Give me Creighton. Drooling. I'm so excited. And then my
Right
Elite
there
Eight,
with you.
I got Kansas versus Creighton, and I got my upset. Give me Creighton in the Final Four.
I am with you on that one, Cowboy. Give me Creighton beating Gonzaga in the Elite Eight. They are the representative of the Final Four in the Midwest, which means let's go over our Final Four here. I got number 1 UConn taking on Arizona, who would play the winner of Houston and Creighton. What is your Final Four, just to remind everybody?
My Final Four, I have 1 seed UConn, 2 seed Arizona, and then I have the other side, Kentucky 3 seed versus 3 seed Creighton, and I'm going to go with the championship game be the UConn Huskies versus Kentucky Wildcats
Ooh, in the championship game.
in the championship
This would
game.
be a big rebound for Calipari. It would be a
Yes.
huge rebound. You know, I like that. I like that. But not as much as my pick. I'm going with Arizona beating UConn. No back to back.
Wow.
No back to back for the Huskies. Give me the Wildcats beating the UConn Huskies, and they will take on the Cougars of Houston. Two
Wow.
cats going after it. And the winner will be, because they have home court advantage, give me Arizona
Arizona. There we
as the
go.
champions.
That's not a bad pick. Okay. My championship setting is Phoenix, Arizona. You are looking for the back-to-back champion. First time since the Florida Gators have done it in 2005. You have the Yukon Huskies, led by Dan Hurley, versus Kentucky Wildcats. Calipari, he's already made it to the Final Four. He's got the fans back on his side, but he comes up short. Give me that Husky. Give me Yukon as the set there. I don't know how many there's been, but he's repeating, solidifying, submitting. He is the best college basketball coach in basketball right now. Give me a Yukon Huskies as your 2024 March winners.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. That whole shebang, we just spent an hour going over this. When in reality, the whole winner of the actual tournament is going to be UAB. Let's be real here.
I'm about to say, I mean,
Blaze up.
Blaze up. I'm just gonna tell you though, man. Say what you want.
Morehead State's got it.
Our team's gonna still represent because we the Tide, baby. We the Tide, baby. Hey,
Look, I discussed it. We discussed it before. The team next year is going to be scary. You got 2 McDonald's All-Americans coming. You got multiple returners on the team. Give me Alabama to be SEC champions and a
next.
1 seed yet
Yes,
again in
yes.
2025.
I'm gonna give my boys a pep talk. So Alabama, yeah, come in close. Come in close. For 365 days, we have been told on how embarrassing and what a waste last year was. Not no more. Not no more. I'm gonna tell you, Matthew Dellavedova ain't coming through that door. We gonna kick it in. We gonna kick, part of my language, we gonna kick the son of a bitch in. We coming in there. Charleston, I don't even know where that is. It ain't got nothing on the strip in Tuscaloosa. Do they even have a rounders? No, they don't. I'm telling you, they don't even have a USS Alabama. What is Alabama? I mean, what is Charleston? Give me Alabama to go to the Elite Eight.
They
I'm
ain't
fin-
even got Muscle Souls and the Swampers. Get
I'm
out
just
there, Tide, and win for Nick. I know he's a football coach.
oh my dollar on beer. I'm telling you, give me the Tide. Boys, we can do it. Blitz, Bama, blitz.
Well, everybody, that seems to be it. That is
Ah,
our NCAA March Madness preview,
today,
episode
yes,
28.
28.
Well, Cowboy, do you happen to have to end the episode? You happen to have any question of the day? Anything going on?
How many concussions is too many concussions?
6.
Have you had a
What is
concussion?
the Rotten Tomatoes score that you see where you finally will say, I'm just not watching that?
Um,
If it's 35% or below, I'm not watching
I'm gonna go 40.
it. 40, I like that. All right. A
It
little bit more
depends what
generous than me.
movie though. If it's like a Marvel movie, I'm like, okay, I still need to watch it because I feel like because they still kind of combine them. But if it's like a comedy, I'm like, oh god, like, well, okay. Another question. I was just goofing off about the concussions. What has you have you ever seen a movie that you're like, okay, and like just walked out or wanted to walk out, but you couldn't?
Um, yes,
I
and
have
I
two.
can't remember what it was.
I have two to mind. Mine was Holmes and Watson with Will Ferrell and John C.
That was the
Riley.
one that I walked out. That was
That
I'm not joking with you. I literally walked out in the middle of
movie
that.
is awful,
I
awful.
literally walked. I mean, it was just fart jokes. I was like, look, I'm stupid, funny. I'm into that. That was literally the one. I'm not joking with you. That I walked out of that movie.
I walked out of that. I wanted to walk out of that one. There was a couple times I literally walked out, like just got on my phone for like 10 minutes, and then second one, I watched it this past. I want to say this past summer. Cocaine Bear.
You walked out of. I loved that movie.
That movie was not funny. It was not funny.
That movie was hilarious. To me.
I just
I'm
thought it.
sorry.
There was no jokes. They like took it serious. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? Like,
Come on, you can't tell me that the part where the lady's strapped to the gurney in the ambulance
I
and she
know
flies
exactly
out the
what
back.
part it
Come
is.
on
Just
now,
like, what
dude.
is this? The best comedy movie of the year. They should have given it at the Oscars. Was Jackass 4, the Forever. Jackass Forever.
Oh, well, guys, that does it. Again, be sure to like, and subscribe. Give us a
Yes.
comment. Who is your champion of the NCAA tournament? Drop it below in the
Ah!
comments. Explain why. Dissect our picks here. Let us know why you think we did wrong or right. And be sure to, of course, follow us on Instagram,
Show this video to your
Twitter.
mama, your grandmama, your auntie, your brother,
We
your
are a
uncle.
whopping 3 subscribers right now during this recording away from 100. So maybe come this weekend for the next episode, we're going to do a special episode. 100 subscriber special. Who knows?
And
Something
who
like
knows?
that.
We might do a giveaway.
Yeah. I'm going to give away 14 of my pubic hairs on the black market.
I'm
So
gonna match
just
that.
follow
I'm
us on
gonna
the black market OnlyFans.
I'm gonna match that. I am gonna give away a turtle that I found dead in the parking lot.
His name's Rex.
His name is Saquon.
Franklin.
Saquon.
Saquon. All right,
Because
everybody. Heads up play. We out.